and there's not that many people in today, which is kind of surprising because quite a few people registered, and I did not change the date, so a little bit disappointing when you see numbers like 3 people attending. This is, I don't know how much of this course you've gone through so far. There was quite a bit of prep work needed to turn it into a course, rather than me just going ahead and doing what I normally do, is just get the stuff done and make things happen. You know, just get the landing pages up, get the offers prepared, put the content where it needs to be, and start to drive traffic, etc. So you can see probably by now that the content here is very, very, how can I put it? It's high value. You can use it for long term. You can learn from it so that you can get the benefit of this kind of training throughout your journey of getting into affiliate marketing in the most successful way possible, the easiest way possible for being able to drive, you know, a lot of traffic and make a lot of sales at one time. If you compare this to things like video marketing for launch jacking and stuff like that, there is no comparison. There is absolutely no comparison. The time you would spend to do a video marketing campaign, the competition you would have, it doesn't come close. Not at all. Once you have set these funnels up, once you have started to build a list, the only question you got when you start to see sales coming in is, how do I get more traffic and how do I build a bigger list? And as you keep following all the way through, then when you start to see money coming in, you realize just how easy it was to be able to go and generate this income. But the good thing is, what you need to realize at that point, and this is what really differentiates it from any other sort of form of marketing, is that you have that email list to go and sell to again and again and again. Okay, and that's what those guys I showed you on Gmail a few times before are doing. Okay, so they've got that list. They just keep marketing to them, sometimes multiple times a day. In fact, one of those guys, I realized later that one of those guys was actually emailing 8 times a day, 8 times a day, which is just absolutely crazy. And it just shows you the mindset of the people out there who, quite frankly, just don't give a crap about anything but themselves. They're even thick-skinned enough to not even feel the shame of what they are doing. That gives us opportunity. That gives us massive, massive opportunity. And if you watch the bonus that I did yesterday, which is this one here, how to really build a hardcore following, if you watch that video, I would ask you to sometime come back and watch it one more time. Okay, I put across some points in that video that are really important, really important. And if you can grasp what we are doing from that video, then you are building a sustainable income. Okay, doesn't mean the other guy won't have a sustainable income. It means he has to go and do a whole bunch of hustling and product launches and trying to get affiliates to email for him. At the end of the day, people like that, when they come to me, I don't even reply to them anymore. When they come and ask me to email for them, I don't even reply. That's how disgusted I am with some of those people. I just will not even respond to them. That's how much respect I have for them. So they are constantly in a hustle to be able to sustain the business. The way that I'm teaching you here, you will never be in a hustle. Okay, there will be times when we're doing a product launch, and I will show you the easiest ways to be able to generate traffic on product launches by leveraging other people who are hustling every day. Okay, I don't do it every day. I launch maybe once, twice a year. I'm not that bothered about doing product launches. I do want to do list building, however. But these JBZoo type launches, it's just it's a different kind of how can I put it? Different kind of mentality that you come across when you're doing those kind of launches, and that, you know, there are ways that we can bypass that without really letting it affect us and still do very, very decent list building but with quality and that consistency again and again and again. And that builds a hardcore. When you start to build a hardcore following, then you can sell more than people with bigger email lists than you, okay? And there's specific structures to that, which we will get into in week 3 or week 4, and you will watch me actually do a live campaign. I might even do a live campaign from my existing list just to show you how effective it really is, because I don't know how big the new list is going to be by then, but I want you to see it in action so that you know what we're aiming for, so that you can bear it in mind when you start to do affiliate promotions and you start to generate sales that begins to get you onto leaderboards, so that you can take things to the next level. Even with a much, much smaller list, you can go and hit leaderboards. You can even finish on top spot, and it's happened with me several times. So we will cover that, and probably I'm going to use my main email list just to show you that exactly in action. So how it works, how you maintain the lead, the mentality you need to have during that launch as well, which is hugely important, which a lot of people probably don't understand unless they've been involved in those kind of competitions, etc. But you got one thing in your mind at that point, is just make it happen. We can get the first place. We can get the first place prize. Make it happen. And that's really what goes through my mind, and the specific things that we need to do to make that happen as well. All right, so in this blog post as well, what I've done is I've got a Tanya to add every day all the blog posts that we're doing. Okay, so you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and plus this one here, which is the video I'm referring to, about the consistency stuff, about the high quality stuff, about what differentiates you from probably at least 50%, if not higher, of other affiliate marketers. If you can do this and do it well, then you will be surprising a lot of people in a very, very short period of time. I know that for a fact because I've done it before. Okay, so today we should have in here as well, we should have from yesterday day 2, and today we will have day 3 as well. So we've probably done about 7 or 8 pieces of content around this Project 66 course. So what I really would like is to know if you guys have got any questions, if you've got anything that's come up that you didn't fully understand, so that I can cover it. Okay, and if we can cover those things, it's going to benefit other people. So don't be afraid to ask. Doesn't matter how silly the question might feel to you to ask. Nothing is a silly question. Just ask, and I will answer as best as I can. So if you've got any questions, now would be a good time to be able to ask and get the answers, and it's for the benefit of other people as well. Okay, so you can just put your questions in there when you're ready. Okay, so today's blog post that I just finished writing about half an hour or an hour ago, something like that. Today's is all about building landing pages, but I kind of skipped a part where, you know, the blog stuff. I will cover that a little bit tomorrow. It will be a separate training on the blog stuff, because I'm guessing that most people already have a blog anyway, so I don't want to go into that in major detail. But what we're going to cover for that is the marketing elements of the blog, why we're using a blog. And if I go over to my old domain that I had, anthonyhayes.me, wasn't it? I can show you exactly why I want to send traffic to the blog and not send, oh damn it, yeah, and not send people to a separate sales page. This is why I don't like things like lead pages and ClickFunnels and stuff like that. I like to keep everything inside my own blog. If I come down here into the Insta Builder too and go into the dashboard, and this is just the Insta Builder pages. Not all of my squeeze pages and sales pages are Insta Builder pages, but you can see we're getting a lot of traffic in here. You know, 209,000 visitors, 156,000 unique visitors, and now we started to put it on the other side, on the .online TLD, and it's already, I think, definitely over 5,000, but probably close to 10,000 by now, just from, you know, little sales pages that we've been doing, little squeeze pages, webinar pages, etc. And this is why it's really important that we add retargeting. Now, Stephen Hemby is going to do a couple of videos tonight or tomorrow. He will put it behind the squeeze pages for you to access, but it will show you how to set up pixels and conversion pixels and how to add them into your site and a WordPress plugin to make it easy, etc. And I encourage that. And if any of you have, content you want to provide in exchange for getting an email list built, let me know, because user-generated content is very, very good. It's good for me, it's good for you, and it helps other people as well. So if you have ideas for that, don't be afraid to ask. Just tell me, I want to teach people how to do this. Can I create a video? Can you put it on the squeeze page on your blog? I will say yes if I like it. Okay, so you can start to build a list really from scratch very, very quickly if that is getting out to my entire email list, even as it is not right now. So you can take advantage of that. It's a good opportunity for you where you can get hundreds of people signing up. And as these blogs get traffic, there's more and more people coming in all the time. You can see that we keep getting unique visitors. That's a very, very high rate of unique visitors compared to the amount of visits here. Okay, that gives you opportunities. Okay, so by using the blog, that means I'm getting these people to come into the site, and that means they're going to come back and look around, and they will see things like the banners, the premium products, they will see the categories and all that kind of good stuff, and they can get some good information. So, with this section over here with the sidebar, what I do intend to do is put in some free offers section once again, and be able to build this out on this site for things that are not just SEO related like it was in the old TLD, the .me one, but more sort of generic marketing, affiliate marketing kind of stuff, list building, all that good stuff. All right, so there's a good opportunity if you want to generate that content, you can build your list. Right. Stefan, the video examples will be great, or an example or for a result. You're going to see, look, what we're doing, Stefan, is we're setting things up. I mean, it's taken me extra time to build this out than what it normally would, because, let me show you, if I can just give you an idea. If I just bring this over here, all of this stuff down here, this is all Project66 stuff. There's a lot of stuff here that I wouldn't be doing for myself. I've done for your benefit for the course, and some of it takes hours, some of it takes even days to do. The same thing with the Google Docs, even more so with the Google Docs. I mean, this is all Project66 stuff. I mean, there's a lot of work it's going in here, trying to make this into sort of a education friendly kind of project, rather than me just going and creating landing pages, going over to Warrior Forum, Warrior Plus, JVZoo, Zaxa, wherever I go to go and post those offers. I could have probably, if I wasn't doing all this stuff for the course, probably could have gone and done, 3 or 4 funnels by now and started to build a list by now. But I needed to take a step back and think, how do I present this? How do I deliver this in a way that's going to be of maximum benefit to you, so that you can get in as quickly as possible without me holding it back with making those daily posts too short and too easy that you would get bored. It needs to be a little bit challenging so we can separate the people who really want to go and make this happen for themselves from the people who are just really tire kicking, which happens. Some people are just not ready, and it's just the fact. And we understand that, we accept that. But I mean, the amount of things that I've had to do here for the course has actually delayed me starting to send traffic and build a list and stuff. But what will happen is you will see things being done in video for, like today, for example, we're going to be setting up in video the landing pages. We'll create a skeleton funnel so that you can just copy that funnel every single time. It's going to be a bare bones funnel that you just go and add your video, and you just go and add your opt-in form code and add your headline. Okay. Today as well, we will cover setting up an email list in Aweber, for example, for the people who don't know how to do that. Okay, so you will see the things being done in real time. Tomorrow we'll be setting up offers in Warrior Plus. I might, at that point tomorrow, start to bring in the VAs, where I do a session with the VAs where I'm training them so that you know how to train your own VAs. Okay, And that way you can have people helping you to scale this up really quickly. If your assistant knows how to set up the funnel pages and knows how to set up the Warrior Plus and the JVZoo and the Zaxa products in there, then you can have all of that part, which is the time-consuming part, taken away, and that leaves you to focus on the quality. Okay, at that point you're focusing on the offers, what the offers could be, mapping them out, creating the videos for them, or creating a tool for them, whatever it might be, so that you can deliver quickly and easily, and you can scale it up quickly and easily. Having that extra help there who understands how to do this stuff is really crucial for being able to scale it up, and it will pay itself back multiple times. So if you're looking at it like a cost, do the first couple till you get money in, okay? And once you start to get money in, then invest it as early as possible to be able to get an assistant that can do a lot of this work for you, which will help you to go and make more money, okay? The more you can focus on the quality and the offers and less on the technical stuff like setting up a landing page and setting up your videos for the landing page and retargeting pixels, all that kind of stuff. The less of that you need to do, the better, and that lets you focus on the quality. That brings the consistency so that you're delivering good quality products and offers and content every single time, and that would build your hardcore following. Okay, once you've got that, and once you maintain that, you keep building, and all the while you're maintaining that, then I mean, quite honestly, you will. It's very, very hard to mess it up. Even if I've got low product sales for a product, maybe I've done products like Social Send Alpha, for example, where we had surprisingly low sales on that one, probably because I gave far too much away on the version we gave away to the previous IFTTT Backlink Commando customers. But it's not affecting the affiliate sales. Okay, I can go and do affiliate sales like for Abyss Ravji launch this week and expect to do anything between 250 and 300 sales on that funnel. Okay, that's what the hardcore following gives you. Even if you create a product that they don't buy into, it's not the end of the world, because you've always got the other side where you got the affiliate marketing side where you can go and earn, 3, 4, 5 grand within a period of a few days with 3 or 4 emails. I mean, it's as simple as that. What you need to understand at that point is how to put the angles in and how to put the bonuses and craft the bonuses, etc., to fit the product that you're promoting. Okay, so you will see it being done. It's not theory stuff, not at all. You will see it being done. I'm trying to lay the groundwork with these first few days blog post so that you can see what is happening, the reasons behind it. My thoughts are getting into the blog post about why we're doing it, etc. as well. And it's there for your benefit as a resource long term. But yeah, you will definitely see things being done in real time as well. Okay, over the shoulder video anyway, when I'm setting things up. What we will look as well when we have released some products, when we have started to drive traffic, we will be looking at how to tweak the offers, how to tweak and split test and stuff like that. But I don't want to confuse people too much with too much information to begin with. So the groundwork for this first week is kind of crucial, that we just get to the end of the week and we've done that. By the end of this week, we will have actually done all 7 steps that I mentioned in the first sort of blog post that we did. I think it was on day 1, where I'm talking about list building. I'm saying there's 7 elements to it. Well, I wrote the 6 elements, but in my opinion, there's actually 7. Number 7 being consistency with high quality. So those list building elements, there's 6 of them in total. It's not just about putting an opt-in form up and driving traffic. There are, multiple elements. Just go back and look at the blog post and you will see what they are, so that we can make sure that every single part of that is covered in a way for that first week, that we're going through day by day, making sure it all happens. And by the end of the week, we have the first funnel, we have the first traffic coming in, and we're getting our first list built. Okay, All of that will happen in week 1. And then when we get into week 2, we will start to build the monetization into those funnels as well. So for example, we could take maybe 3 or 4 thematic funnels and have the same upsell for them. And what you will see me doing is I'm actually using the Project66 to promote Project66. I'm using the content there like I did with the content videos for the 5-minute traffic hacks. The problem with 5-minute traffic hacks is you can't really get into the ninja traffic stuff because it doesn't happen in 5 minutes for the ninja stuff. But there are things you can do that's just 5 minutes a day, especially if you've got a VA, where it's not going to take a huge amount of time. Okay, so trying to figure those out in a way that I can incorporate what I'm doing to get them to come in. So what I've done in those videos, I've told them, you know, you can go over to Warrior Form. There's 5 different ways that we can get traffic from Warrior Form. Opt in, and in a couple of weeks I'm going to show you the case study results, because we will actually be doing that. So I'm telling them, go and get traffic from Warrior Form, go and get traffic from social communities by adding value to those communities. I'm telling them to go and do some query jacking, which I'm going to have a tool ready for. So everything is kind of pre-planned as far as those strategies being quick and easy to do, me having a product or having something at the end of it that's going to benefit me, whether it's getting them into the Project66 course so they can see the case studies, or whether it's to get them to buy a product that's in production at the moment. I'm waiting for it to be delivered. Okay, so you will see it all happening. Landing page funnel is done. It was in the blog post from yesterday. I've got one tweak to do in there, Stefan. That we had the glitch to the auto, auto redirect from the opt-in form to page 2. I didn't figure out how to make it work yet. Okay, I will figure out today. I'll go and ask some people and figure out what we wanted to do at that point was to make sure that as soon as they submitted the form, they would get taken to page 2, which is the first thank you page, okay, where we can start to deliver more value almost immediately. And that's before they confirm the email. I still want that to happen, but it's not. I thought InstaBuilder gave us that opportunity to make it auto redirect immediately to that page, but I don't see it unless I'm missing something. So I need to find a plugin that makes that happen, or I need to get a tool built quickly that will make that happen. It's too important not to have. So yeah, we will. It's there. It's in the blog post from yesterday. Just need to go and look. I haven't done the video for that blog post yet. We ran out of time yesterday, so that will be done sometime after the webinar today. David, how much time do you think an average person would need to commit daily to Project67? You're still at work, so I'm not sure you can commit enough time to be successful. The good thing is that these steps are written down, okay? They're there on the blog. They will be there long term. I'm not taking them away at any point, okay? They're there forever as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how experienced you are at building pages or funnels with InstaBuilder, for example, but I can tell you it's not hard. And when you see the videos from today for the landing page building, which probably scares people most, I would imagine, between that and creating the actual content, then I think that is probably what's in your mind, that you might delay stuff. But if I come in here into InstaBuilder, for example, and I just click on funnels in here, I'll show you how fast it is to set up a funnel like the ones we just created with the thematic funnels. And you'll notice that I've spoke about thematic funnels a lot. It's deliberate to get the point across, because they're designed perfectly for what we want to do, for delivering that consistency, the high value, the trust, the authority, etc. So if I give my funnel a name, say for example, I want to call this funnel list building with docs or something like that, because we've got a PDF tool coming, should be ready in a few days, that when people try to open the PDF, it will ask them for the email address, okay, and they have to opt in to get the content inside. It's perfect for these content upgrades. It's a cheaper way of doing something like a Google Chrome extension like this. It's a quicker way to do it as well, okay, because once you've got the tool, you can generate these really, really quickly. So I can choose in here opt-in funnel, and I'll choose a template set. I've got one that I use again and again. Okay, just wait for that to load, and you can see here the funnel is being created for me in real time. What I can do is, if I want 3 landing pages, this is what I do. Now where it's got confirmation page and squeeze page in here, I'm just going to make this into a thank you. I'm going to make this into a thank you. I'm going to make this into a thank you. And I've got the same template, same thing across all of it, or I should have. Okay, and simply create the funnel. Okay, that's how quick. How long did that take? 60 seconds. That's how quick it is to create a funnel. That's the beauty of the tools that we've got available these days. Tools like InstaBuilder are really invaluable. There are probably better quality tools like ClickFunnels or Lead Pages, but this does the job just as well. Believe me, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with InstaBuilder without having to pay monthly fees. It's good enough, and certainly good enough for people getting started. And so I've got all my pages created here. Okay, all I need to do is go and edit them and publish them. In this instance, if I go in here to the opt-in page, it should have already created that page, but anyway, let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead. It should have actually created the page that I just needed to open it. Let's go and choose a squeeze page. I'll come down and looking for that November 15 one. I know what it looks like. I need to go and find it. This doesn't happen to everybody. It's just this website has got something not quite right with it. This is the .me one, the old one, which I've still got to redirect. It's not loading properly. Okay. Just choose a different template. There's something weird about this one. This website with squeeze page. Try one more time. Yeah, doesn't want to work. All right, which site am I on? .me. Let's go to .online. We can get it from there. Just to show you how, I mean, it's really, really quick and easy to do. There's nothing hard about it. All we're doing is we're changing the headline, and we are changing, adding a video and putting an opt-in form code in there. It's really that easy. Once you've done it a couple of times, it's very, very fast to go and do. Okay. The thing that's going to take longest is mapping out the offers, which I've shown you how to do. The longer you spend on that to make it better, the better it's going to be, obviously. So you need to put some time into that. That's where having a VA is really invaluable, so that you can focus on that stuff. You can focus on the quality, with the goal always being there that I've got to deliver high quality every time. Okay, with the quality of the content or the product for the opt-in, you cannot take shortcuts with the quality. What you will notice quite a lot with me, and it should be for most people, is it doesn't have to be perfect, the whole funnel. It doesn't have to be perfect, the headline on the page, because we can always go and tweak that stuff. It's just getting stuff done and keep moving forward a lot of the time. But what can never ever be compromised is the quality of what you're giving away, as far as, you know, if it's a product or training or whatever. And what I've done with those 4 videos, and I've kind of deliberately built it in the way I have, because none of those strategies I gave are sort of remarkable sort of ninja strategies, but when they see the case study results, that will make people think, well, actually, I thought that was just a really boring strategy. I knew about that, but they've probably never done it, so they don't know the kind of results they can get. When they see the results, hopefully that's going to trigger something inside that says to them, I remember I thought that was going to be easy to do, that it was not a great strategy as far as like something new and fresh, but look at the results. I can do that. And that's what you want. That's what I want to happen, for people to think I can do that too. Okay. So in many ways, with that, the content is not finished yet for what we delivered in that funnel, but the content will be finalized with case results, with data and stats that prove that this works. If you take the social communities one, for example, if you go into social communities that have got people who are product creators, influencers in any way, and they have done something, whether it's a software, a course, epic blog post, they're ranking on page one for whatever, people that have got high traffic audience, and you can go and mini-script them. You can mini-scrape a product and put it into a format that they haven't had time to do, or were too lazy to do, whatever the case may be, and offer it into their Facebook groups. You think people are going to sign up to get it? Of course they are. Of course they are. And you can start building a list of hundreds and hundreds of people very, very quickly. You could do this with the product launches, with, you know, the guys that are selling massive amounts. People like Todd Gross with that video builder, and his team, they're very, very professional approach to product launches. And we can reverse engineer that and look at how they're doing it in the sort of advanced version of the course. They've got a process. It's a system. Okay, it's not just create a product and put it in JVZoo. They've actually got a system that starts about 3-4 weeks out with connecting with affiliates. When they are contacting affiliates, it's all been part of a system. 5 days out, 4 days out, we give them this. 3 days out, we give affiliates this. All the way through the launch. Todd has done new content today to send out to your email list. We're giving you 100% commissions today on the front end. Everything is planned out. Everything is methodical. And the way that they do that. And when you can get into sort of Facebook groups with that kind of thing, you can start to map out some mini scraping things and offer it to them without spamming, without, you know, you're delivering high value stuff. He's unlikely to say, no, I don't want that. He's not going to say piss off. He's not, okay? He's going to say that adds value to what we have done. That is something I wish we had time to do, but we never got time to do. This is great. And at that point, you say, you mind if I put it behind a squeeze page? I would like to build a list for my work, for my efforts in helping you. They're unlikely to say no. There's multiple ways that we can do that. Social community stuff is actually a way that we can really drive into buyer traffic just by doing that. Okay, it's almost as good as being on a thank you page bonus. So for Abyss launch this week, I've got the WP RSS Extreme. I've combined it with 3 other plugins, one for embedding videos from YouTube with call to actions. There's another one for auto blogging, which was a PLR plugin that I found. And there's another one for, I can't recall now. There was 4 altogether. So getting on his thank you page, when people go to download those four plugins and they're giving me the email, I'm building a buyers list from his launch. You see what I mean? You can do exactly the same thing in the Facebook groups as well. All you got to do is look for the opportunities. It's not hard. We will get into that before the second week, since I've already sort of mentioned it now. Let's go and see if we can do this funnel thing in here, and I'll show you just how easy it is. Oh, actually, you saw how easy it is to set up a funnel. So let's just go and have a look at inside the funnel, where we can go and look at the opt-in page. And in today's blog post, I gave a formula for writing headlines. This headline, I kind of deliberately made it long so that we can, in today's blog post, shorten it, make it to the point in a formula that converts very, very well every single time. So when you have got a page like this, you can see it's minimal. Okay, absolutely minimal. There's only 3 elements you need to worry about: a headline, adding your YouTube video, adding your opt-in form. Okay, you can take it a little bit further by telling what else is coming. Okay, with the video, and this is a crucial element for me, it gives me 5 minutes to emphasize the benefits of opting in. Okay, what's coming in the next page once they've given me the email. Okay, anytime you do opt-in forms, make sure you always get the first name. You always want to get the first name. Okay, that means you can personalize your emails. There will be times when you want to personalize your emails as your list gets bigger and bigger. And if you've got any lists that you did not use the first name, then they're going to see that shortcode that you find in the autoresponder service, like hi first name, and it's got those curly bracket things, and it doesn't look nice. So always make sure you get the name in there. And the headlines, I've put a formula in today's blog post, which will be published later, which is really easy to do. Anybody can do it in less than 3 minutes. You can have a high converting headline. Okay, so we're going to fix that in that video today for today's blog post for day 3, and you can go and copy that. So there's nothing hard in here at all. I mean, it's really stupidly simple, and this is good enough to go and build, a list just by putting it into some marketplaces like Warrior Form, like Warrior Plus. Let's have a look at Warrior Form. Actually, I was having a look in there yesterday when I was doing that video. Okay, warriorforum.com. I'll come back to your questions in a second, guys. Just something I found really interesting. When we go up here and we click on this part, it says Marketplace. We can come in, we can look at Warrior Special Offers. And as we scroll down, we're going to start to see huge amounts of traffic coming into some of these. Okay, so this one, $210 in 24 hours. CPA done for you campaigns, done for you, money in hours, free traffic. That you can see why he's got high traffic coming in there. Let's see what else. 21,000 visitors in 10 days, free traffic. Again, everybody needs traffic. Let's see, I spotted some other ones. So this one is about coaching to get 1.1 million subscribers. Probably not an internet marketing niche. You can generate those kind of numbers if you're into other niches that are kind of broader, not sort of internet marketing, maybe like fitness, weight loss, that kind of stuff. You can generate massive lists. How well they convert, I've got no idea. Absolutely no idea. Let's see what else we can find. This one is just discounted. How you made a fortune with e-com strategy. This one, 61,000 in 4 weeks, 61,000 views. Recurring revenue business plan. Every step I've taken to build a passive income. You can see how Project 66 would fit in here, and there's no reason why you cannot go and do something similar, but you can see that the traffic is there, and you can see how we can quickly and easily build a list. So even though some of those strategies might look like kind of basic, when you put the case study behind it, when you put hard data, stats, opt-ins, sales, etc. behind it, then that piques people's interest. You put that information into the headlines like they have done here. Okay, so you can see like 7,000 hits, 54 sales, 128 leads. That would be interesting for people to know about. And when we look at the most successful ones in here, they're using that again and again. Okay, where was it again? That first one we looked at. So 1.1 million subscribers. That really piques people's interest. They know that email lists make money. Okay, so there's a lot we can do with these kind of platforms, that we can just put stuff in there and expect traffic to come, because it's already got existing traffic that's very targeted. So this stuff isn't hard to do. It's really easy. Well, let's come back to questions. David, to answer your question, it really depends on how experienced you are, but I tell you what, the sooner you get into doing it, the quicker you will learn it and the faster you will become. And it really isn't that much more I can add to it. I know that if what we did in those first 3 days, and even what we're going to be doing tomorrow, I usually do that in 1 day, and I've done it before in about 2 hours. I've set up funnels for other people. We did it for Holly Cooper. We did it for I think it was Patrick a while back as well, where I just came in the morning and I said to them, like, we've got webinar in 2 hours. Have you got your sales page? Have you got your funnel? Are we doing it today? I said, yeah, we're selling today. And we set up a complete funnel in 2 hours and made sales. So you can do it, once you learn how to do it. It's just a matter of committing to it, making a decision. Okay, I'm going to learn this, and go and learn it. The more you do it, the quicker it gets for you, because you know what you're doing. Okay, it might take a little bit of time to learn a tool like InstaBuilder, but it's not hard. Watch the video, play with it a little while. Next time you do it, gets easier. Next time you do it, gets easier. Just keep going with it until it becomes, kind of natural and fast. So you can do these things very, very quickly if you really want to. Stefan, any advice on how to select the best content and funnel? Okay, Stefan, this has gone into the mini scraping kind of stuff. If you want to go and do the mini scraping kind of stuff, then you need to know what sort of sub-niche you're targeting. Okay, so we kind of covered that stuff with that day one stuff. Maybe you just need to be clear in your mind what sort of sub-niche you want to go after. If it's about CPA offers, or if it's about SEO, or if it's about video marketing, go and find the best content out there and get the epic content and create the final chapter, as I call it, okay? Create the actionable steps, the checklist, the takeaways, and put it in a format that it's easy to deliver for you to get an email list, okay? You can just go and search on Google and find it. You can go and search products that are being created and fill in the missing pieces for users. You know, there's always people who make software, for example. You can create strategies and map them out. You can put them into a PDF or whatever, and you will be building a list from that audience who are all buyers. So it's just a matter of knowing what sub-niche and identifying the content that's going to be value. Fill in the missing link, the missing piece. Final chapter, yeah. A link to another site or video. I'm getting lost now, Stefan. We covered the mini scraping stuff. I've showed you examples of Chrome extensions which work really well for me and how to do this. Okay, that's the mini scraping stuff. Unless you're talking about something else, I'm not understanding something. I mean, this is mini scraping. That's for Kim Roach's blog, where she did an epic blog post about 327 places to get traffic. So I created here a Chrome extension where to get traffic from just one of those categories. Okay, that is, you know, filling in the missing pieces. That's giving the people the things they need to be able to use. They can enable, disable Chrome extensions. You can put that into a PDF as well. Okay. What location do you install the landing page? Okay, that's you can see here I've got my main site, my main blog. I want to keep the traffic in my blog, whether the download pages, tutorial pages are on another site. It doesn't matter to me. Often you will see that all my sales pages are on my own domain. Okay, for example, Social Send Alpha sales pages on this domain. If you go to get the downloads and tutorials and the webinar replays for that, it's on socialsendalpha.com/downloads/webinars, etc., okay? What I'm doing is I'm making sure the traffic come in here. Why? Because I've got pixels for retargeting site-wide, okay? And that means anybody coming in, I can go and retarget them at low cost because it's my traffic. I pay less for it when I pay Facebook for that traffic. So that's one of the reasons. Second reason is that normally people will, you know, have a look around and think, what else is here? What else has he got? They will look at the premium products. They will look at the categories. They will look at some of this stuff here and think, what is this about? What is that about? And you get people spending time on your site, getting familiar with what you're doing. And another way that I do it as well is that we will create an extra WordPress folder. So it's like an extension. So for example, anthonyhayes.online/offers, where the offers folder is a brand new WordPress install. Okay, that stops me from slowing down my site. But again, I'm putting the retargeting pixels in there as well, site-wide for that one. And for the same purpose, in those kind of additional WordPress installs, we will still put content in the sidebar on the home page for that, for what's been posted in the main blog. So there will be an RSS sort of widget there that will be posting the latest from the blog post in there as well. Okay. So that answers your question about domain.com or domain.com landing page. I've done it both ways. What I find is just putting it onto a separate WordPress folder makes it easier for me because it doesn't slow down the site. WordPress can often slow down the site. It can get chunky and heavy. Okay, right. Any more questions? Anything at all? All right, so what we've done so far, we've looked at how we create the offers. Okay, that was the first step of the sort of list building overview. The second part was creating the content for those offers, getting them on the landing page is next. How do we deliver them, etc. Getting the opt-in form, delivering, all that kind of stuff. We've gone through all of that this week. Okay, all of it is going to be done this week, that whole thing. And then we can go and do the sort of ninja stuff. We can get in deeper. So what you're seeing right now is just the basics, really. But it's good enough to go and build a list. It's good enough that we can go and drive traffic pretty quickly. What we can do then is we can look at how do we create better conversions. We can look at things we can do for making people sort of sidestep into looking at other products without them realizing it, without them even knowing what's happened. We can do it in a way that we make people automatically register for a webinar that they didn't know they were registering for, and all that kind of stuff. Because when you're using platforms like Warrior Plus and Zaxa, JVZoo, etc., when you put a product up, you can automatically get people registered for a webinar. Now, the easiest way to do that I will cover, but what we can do is we can put in a webinar series. Okay, when you've got it in a webinar series, that means you have got them signed up at one time for, you could have a series for like 10 webinars and just give that webinar series a theme. And I've done that many, many times. You will see me done that before. You can see it on here. This banner here is exactly for that. I called them the I Am Alpha webinar series, where I would pull in some guests, and I would say to them, we can get 200 people onto the webinar if you want to do the promotion for your product. Okay, and we make money using other people's stuff, using other people's content, using other people's product. And it's a one-time setup, because if you add that same webinar series to every product that you put onto Warrior Plus or JVZoo, for example, you keep adding more dates into that webinar series, then you just keep building up. The numbers keep building up and building up and building up. And what's important is we're able to contact them, which we can because we've got them on the email address, but we can also connect with them via the GoToWebinar system, where we can send out automation messages like 2 days before, 1 day before, 2 hours before. You can even go and edit your webinar that morning and say, hi, we're starting in 15 minutes. That way people are not unsubscribing for your list because it's all right, it's coming from GoToWebinar. Okay, so we can manipulate the system to be able to get more people in. All it is about at that point is to make sure we're generating enough interest, which comes from the headlines, to get more open rates and stuff, to be able to make the sales. But when you're pulling in top marketers to promote their own products, they do the selling for you. I've sat on webinars before where I've took literally 2 minutes participation, and at the end of that webinar I'm sitting there with thousands of dollars. I'm thinking, man, that was easy. And that happens. I mean, it's not meant to sound arrogant. That's the truth. I've done that before where I'm just sitting watching the webinar. I'm going to make a cup of tea and coming back, patting the dog, and the other guy's doing the selling. And at the end of the webinar, we got 80 sales. I'm thinking, wow, we made 10 grand. That's how powerful it can be. It's having that email list and having an engaged email list makes that kind of stuff possible. And it will happen to you too, okay, if you can build your list up big enough. And that really depends on how you can build that hardcore following, okay, as opposed to the guys who are emailing their list multiple times a day. It's just a mentality tweak that makes the difference for being able to do that. And also, when you're doing it for promotions for other people's stuff, it's got to fit your list. Whatever that product is, it's got to fit your list. I've let people talk me into before doing a webinar for a product that I didn't think would sell very well, and I was right. And at the end of it, I'm saying to them, well, no, I'm not going to email more, because I told you, you know, if I do this and it's not converting, I'm not going to email it more. I'm not getting unsubs because you're being stubborn with me. Okay, so you know, you need to be realistic. So I've actually fell out with one guy because of that, because I said to him, look, if I did a webinar, I don't think this is going to convert. They said, come on, try it. And I said, all right, but if it's not converting, I'm not doing it. I'm not following up. I'm not sending more emails out where I'm getting unsubscribed because you want me to, you know, you don't care if I get unsubscribes, basically. You just want me to try and sell so you can make money. And, you know, you can be straight with people like that. And when it comes to that point, you say, look, I told you, and they fall out with you, then probably you dodged the bullet for future as well, because these people have got no interest in what you're doing. They're just trying to benefit themselves. But you've got to have a product that fits the list. Otherwise, it's not going to convert. You won't make much money from it. When you could have instead promoted something that would convert, that does fit the list, that even if it was less money, you would have made more money overall. Okay, we will cover that in the premium stuff. That's kind of premium stuff, and how we can do that, how we can find opportunities and connect with people to do that, and how we can also get onto other people's sort of post-launch webinars so that we can go and make money there as well. All right, you guys are very quiet. No more questions come in. All right, so I think I don't really have much more to add unless that you've got questions. We have another webinar on Monday where we can go and review what's happened in the past week. And if we haven't started to drive traffic by then, we can do it live on the webinar. We can start driving traffic live on the webinar. We can go and click the button on, you know, multiple platforms all at one time so that we can start to drive traffic and we can start to build the email list. And by the end of week 2, definitely we will be making money for sure. Okay. I just took an extra couple of days to put the course structure in here so that it could deliver. And I changed my mind a couple of times as well on how I would do it. I was actually going to do smaller pieces every day. But you'll notice that some of these blog posts are quite long. And if you ignore the sort of text and just follow the video, it's going to be enough for you to be able to get the information needed. To be able to do that and use the text as a reference point at that sort of point, if that's what you want to do. But there's good information in the text. If you pay attention to it, you will spot things that you know I will keep repeating, especially in the premium course, because I need to make sure people get it, they understand it. But this is not a hard business to build. This is really, really not. The key is in, even with those thematic funnels, the key is not in the funnel itself. The key is in what we're delivering in that funnel. So if it's a very, very basic traffic strategy, but we can provide case study and data and analytics that prove that can work if you do it in a specific way, then you're delivering high value. So really the value has to be put in with the offer so that people will keep coming back to get more. All right, you guys are really quiet. Not one single more question. Nobody got any questions? Still from your content is great. All right. Unless you got more questions, I don't really know what more to add except for what we're going to be putting in the blog post today. And tomorrow there will be a couple of blog posts tomorrow. One about actually using the blog that Stefan was asking about, and the second one is going to be about adding retargeting pixels and stuff like that, which Stephen is doing. And if I get time, I will do videos for how to set up a product in JVZoo, how to set up a product in Zexa, how to set up a product in Warrior Forum, Warrior Plus. And those will be kind of bonus contents that will still have the Project66 category. But whenever something is created, it's going to be in this blog post. We will have that link in here. Okay, so that it's going to look like this. And that starts from the beginning all the way down. Okay, so you can just follow to the bottom to get the latest. Stefan, for a beginner, it's difficult to value until they see money coming in. Stefan, probably, yeah, that will pique the interest and think, I'm going to learn this stuff. That's what normally would happen. People, when they see money, they think, oh, that's interesting. I want to find out how do you do that. So we just have to wait and see. There's nothing difficult though, but it is work. Like yesterday's blog post, I reiterated that a couple of times. It's just a decision, but that decision doesn't mean that there's not work in there. And some people are, ready to go, and some people are on the fence. But when they see money being made, they jump in. Some people will just, maybe just not the right time for them. It's, people at different stages of life, different stages of, so different stages mentally, maybe where, they don't feel energetic right now, but a few months down the line, they might feel really up for it. It's just human nature. It's just the way people are from time to time. Happens to all of us. So the resource is going to be there a long time anyway if they want to come back and look at it. But the premium cost at that time, of course, is going to be a lot higher. Once we start to build this into 5 figures per month, then the price is probably going to go up to like $1,000 for new people coming in, because the more money we make, the more high quality the training is. When results are happening, then the price goes up, the more people will pay for it. So it's really just a matter of building it out and making it happen. Just a decision. And there's a lot of work. Even these blog posts are taking hours of time, but we get it done because it really is just a decision. Roll your sleeves up, get stuck in, make things happen, help people, and have a very, very strong why, and you will make it happen even when you don't feel like it. And that's why that one thing per day is really important. So you can see I'm teaching myself to do one blog post per day. You can imagine the traffic this is going to generate in a few months' time, this one post per day. Once we have actually done the monetization, once we've actually started to build into 5-figure promos, winning launch competitions, all that kind of stuff, you can see how valuable that would become. And those blog posts will be like pure gold. It will bring in a lot of traffic. So I'm kind of planned it out long term. I've got the why, and it's a strong enough why that keeps me going. So sometimes you need to sort of think, what would life be like if I could generate this kind of attention to my content? What would life be like if I could have a big email list that if I send an email, even at the last minute for a promotion, I can make hundreds of dollars on demand? And this is reality stuff. This is not bullshit. You will see it being done. We do it often. Okay. The why is really important. You need to have a strong why. Otherwise, sometimes you just don't feel like doing stuff. But just keep doing that one thing a day, even on days like that, and you'll be okay. Lippy, how can you use it for Shopify? I'm really not sure, Lippy. I've said very, very clearly at the beginning of this that I'm rebuilding my business. You can come and watch, and I will teach you how I do it. I will do it all over the shoulder, but I will not be diverting into other niches. I'm actually doing a real thing here of rebuilding my own business. Okay, I want to go broader than just the SEO niche and video marketing niche. I want to go into where the real traffic is in internet marketing, which we've seen again and again. You're looking at the Warrior Forum and Warrior Plus and JVZoo, etc. It's much broader. So it's always been very, very clear from the beginning. If you will see me doing strategies that you can use, then go ahead and use them. For affiliate marketing stuff like that, you might want to look at ways that you can generate email lists using Facebook, for example. There are tools, Chrome extensions, there are tools that are desktop tools that will go and scrape emails if you want to go the sort of black hat way. There's multiple ways that you can do it, but it's not what I'm covering in this course. I'm actually doing a real thing building my business, but there is things you can do. Maybe just do a little bit of research on email scraping tools. Chrome extensions that can scrape real Facebook emails and stuff like that. They do exist, but it's not what I'm covering here. Yeah, this is a real thing. That's the thing. I made it very clear at the beginning. I'm not going to divert into other niches. I actually want to build this up for myself, and it's been on the cards for such a long time. Part of the reason that this is good for me as well to do this is because you guys are going to hold me accountable. I've got to go and make this happen now. Now that I've promised, I've got to go and make this into a 5-figure a month business. It's not scary for me because I know exactly how to do it. And it's good for you. But I've got to keep turning up every day with this content. I've got to keep turning up with that one thing a day that happens. So it is a real thing. Maybe later we can look at some of this sort of black hat, grey hat stuff that we can do for that kind of affiliate marketing or Shopify or Facebook stuff, not Facebook, Amazon, FBA and stuff like that, where we can go and scrape and do the black hat stuff, and we can build lists for free and scrape and send them offers and get them into maybe a landing page where you got some retargeting and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff for that you can do, but it's just not what we're covering in this one, unfortunately. Okay. Will video marketing fit my strategy? Video isn't involved with just about everything, but I'm not getting into video SEO stuff. I'm just not. If you look at the product launches, I mean, the majority of money in this course is going to be made from affiliate marketing, from product launches. Okay. It's going to be made from creating great bonuses that people really want. Did you see the post I put in the Skype group today for the Alpha Traffic group? I told them about Abbott's launch. I told them there's 2 great plugins. Okay. These have been built with that launch in mind. The Tumblr one, I needed to have it done this week. And we will continue to make those little tools. So when one gets done, they take about a week each. Then I give an order to get another one done. Then I'll order another one, another one, another one. And when these launches come up, I've already told the people, and I've already done a review post. And before that launch happens, I've got to do the Abbas review post today and get them on a call as well. But by the time that launch happens, by the time it kicks off, people know exactly what the bonus is going to be. They've already made a purchase decision a lot of the time. And if you can put in the bonuses to cover the upsells, you're forcing multiple sales for that funnel. So where most people are sending an email who, just trying to make money with affiliate marketing, they send a 5-minute email, they use the swipe that's provided by the vendor, they copy and paste it, they send it, they don't get great results. Whereas if you compare it, where you have done a blog post where you have created great bonuses that are high value that people are aware of before the launch, they've already made that purchase decision long before that buy button goes live. So you know that you're going to make sales. And the comparison again is that these guys who are sending emails without the preparation, they might make 10% conversion if they had a good promotion, where I'm going to go and make about 20% or something like that. They will make one sale when they get a sale. It will be for the front-end product usually. They will get a specific conversion percentage as well. But when you have put that promotion out, planned it out, let people know ahead of time, you are making double the sales they are because you're making 2 or 3 sales in the funnel where they are making 1. Okay, you can be making 3 sales to 1. That's how we can go, people like myself and Abbas can go and win competitions when you can see the leaderboard underneath us has, teams that are both those individuals working as a team, have both individually got much, much bigger lists than what I've got, much bigger list than what Abbas has got. So Abbas won the Traffic Infinity, or the Social Traffic Jack as we called it for that launch. He won that launch contest. He won a $2,000 prize. Underneath him, you can see a whole bunch of teams, really well-known names, and they've got a series. I'm not going to swear. They get a serious wake-up call thinking, how does that happen? They know that they've got a much bigger list than me, for example, and I'm winning that leaderboard. They think, they'll send another email, add another bonus, they can overtake us, but they cannot. And they're thinking, what is happening here? How is this guy beating us when we've got, between us 60 or 70 or 80,000 people on an email list and he's only got like 20,000? How is this possible? And it's possible because we're using multiple cells in the funnel. Where they're making one cell, we're forcing multiple cells because people actually think the bonus is better value than the product that you're promoting. But you only are promoting products that you really think are good anyway. And that makes sure that you're making multiple sales. So where they are maybe getting more traffic, they're only making one sale per customer, where I could be making 3 or 2 sales per customer on average. That means that it's really hard for them to catch up on me. And that's what happened with Abbas as well. Okay, you need to put stamina into the promotions. A lot of those guys, what you will see is that they will promote something one day, tomorrow they're promoting something else, day after that something else. And we've all done that. Everybody with an email list has done that. But the way that we do it now, the way I do it now, is one thing at a time. If I put a lot of effort into a promotion and it's not converting, I will drop it pretty quickly and I will jump onto something else quickly with the same bonuses. That's happened before, but that's probably because I didn't plan it properly. But if it's approached properly, then you can take out the big guys even on leaderboards, and they really don't know how you did it, okay? Unless they've seen your promotion or listened to a webinar like this, which I doubt very, very much they hear. So that's how it's done. It's not that hard to do. All right, I think we're going to finish up there, guys. I know I need to go and get some videos done. So thanks for attending. If you've got any questions, please do use the comments on the blog post, okay? That helps me to see, and it helps people coming in the future to see anything that needs answered. You know, if you ask a question, probably somebody later coming along might have the same questions, and it gets answered in those comments. Now, I usually don't put comments on my blogs because I can't keep up with them, but I've given Tanya the task to check it every day. So it's kind of a new thing for us. So, you know, use it. If you've got questions, ask, and I will get them answered for you. All right. Thanks for coming. I'll talk to you in the Skype group a little bit later.